News. I'm Iris, giving you the fastest and quickest updates on all things godly, monstrous, and mortal. Today we've got some information on the life or death foot races that have been happening under King Hermes. His daughter, Atalanta, has refused to marry anyone who cannot beat her in a foot race. King Hermes agreed and created a contest, and now suitors from across the land are racing to win the hand of the lovely girl. The conditions are steep. Losing means death. This hasn't stopped those trying to gain a wife, fame, or glory. Earlier today, the young Hermes boldly declared his desire to race against the lovely Atalanta. In quite a moving speech, if I do say so myself, not only did Hermes announce his lineage as a descendant of the mighty Poseidon, but claimed to be a better and more powerful equal than all those who have, or ever will, race against Atalanta. The bachelorette in question also seemed taken aback. Atalanta showed pity towards her contender and urged him to give up, find another girl, and preserve his youth instead of racing towards death by her hand. This will be quite the race. Who will win? Atalanta, the undefeated champion, or Hermes, the eager, love-struck prince? We'll be right back with an update. And we're back. The race hasn't started yet, so our on-site reporters are standing by. Atalanta has had quite the life so far. She was left on the mountain after birth because of her XX chromosomes, but was found by a she-bear who began to care for Atalanta as her own. She was then found by a group of hunters who continued to raise and teach her all about fighting, hunting, and living in the wilderness. She traveled to Caledon to participate in the hunt for the Caledonian boar, a raging monster sent by Artemis when she was forgotten during the annual crop sacrifice. Atalanta, being the only female present, was not welcomed by the other hunters. Meleager offered his support and convinced the other hunters to allow her on the hunt. He was also the first to notice Atalanta's arrow taking first blood. Though Meleager dealt the final blow, he gave the boar's skin to Atalanta, causing quite the conflict and bloodshed among the male hunters present. After this accomplishment, Atalanta was reunited with her family. Her father, King Hermes, respected her decision to remain a virgin and created the foot race now taking place. It sounds like the race between Atalanta and Hermes has begun. Let's go on site with our reporter, Fine.
This race has really been something. I never thought anyone could match Atalanta in a foot race, but Hermes is giving her a run for her money. The two are neck and neck, almost halfway done, but after watching Atalanta's previous races, it looks like she's holding back. She's deliberately matching pace with her opponent, something she's never done before. What makes this race different? Hermes is out of breath and falling behind. Atalanta takes the lead. What's this? Hermes throws something on the track in front of Atalanta. It's a golden apple. Looks like this young suitor took some prior action. Apples are sacred fruit to Aphrodite. And with this being a race for love, I'd be hesitant to disregard the goddess's presence here today. Atalanta seems as surprised as we are. She veers off track to grab the golden fruit. Hermes is in the lead. Atalanta passes him very, very quickly. But Hermes does it again. There's another flash and another apple. I can't believe it. Atalanta is running after the apples, deliberately falling behind. The two are neck and neck, once again, 20 meters from the finish. Hermes is still out of breath. How is he going to make the race this time? Looks like he has something up his sleeve. Yep, that's right, it's another golden apple. Atalanta still turns back to grab the apple this time. She deliberately gives up the race to let Hermes win. Hermes wins. Atalanta falls swiftly behind, 3 golden apples in hand. Those apples may have been a gift from Aphrodite, but I don't think Atalanta would let herself be distracted without a good reason. She looks far too pleased with herself and her still-winded fiancé to have simply lost the race for her life and marriage. Well, since the race is over, it's back to you, Iris. from the happy couple here at the racetrack.
What an exciting race that was! Atalanta, the courageous and talented hunter, exerting her own personal will over her life and marriage by giving the contest win to the suitor she deemed worthy. And now, an exclusive interview with the goddess of love herself. Lady Aphrodite, what do you have to say about the happy couple? They certainly are a happy couple, but guess who's not happy? Me. That's right. That Hippomenes fellow begged for my help, and I gave it to him. I even went out of my way to give him 3 gold apples and teach him how to use them. And obviously he won, got the girl, etc., but dared to forget me. He was too starry-eyed to remember who helped him in the first place. He and Atalanta would have made such a cute couple, but I can't let someone just forget me. People might get the idea that they could too. So I threw a little, physical passion their way as they went by some god's temple. I think it was Zeus. Anyways, he did the work of turning them into lions. So now they're somewhere in the woods prowling around. Lady Aphrodite, for your input and that friendly reminder to always give thanks to the gods. That wraps up the story of Atalanta and Hippomenes, and from contest to happy couple to Lion King, and fills up our time for today. This is Iris, messenger of heaven, wishing you well until tomorrow's news and updates here at Hermes News.